Happy Saturday story time. This is Karen from Shrooms and Shrugs. And I was really surprised to see how many people tuned in for a story about my teen years. So I was thinking, teenage mistakes. Clearly that is what y'all want to hear about. And me being bipolar, oh, trust me, I have so many teenage mistakes I could fill you in on. But I think this first time, let's talk about there are times in a woman's life, not all women, but a lot, there seems to be a pattern when they kind of go through a promiscuous phase. I tended to do that when I was manic. Single and manic. Never promiscuous when I was with someone. That's when my manic rages go into me spending money I do not have. So, let's talk about the first time after I had lost my virginity. I went through a slut phase. Or as I like to call it, once upon a time not long ago, I was a hoe. And actually, this first phase was pretty long ago. But anyway, I had this thing where I felt unloved, unwanted, and I was very unpopular. Then something happened to me around the age of 15. I moved out of my grandparents' house. Actually, it's 14. I lost my virginity at 14, but I moved out of my grandparents' house at 14. And we went to go live in the village of Lake George. And my mother was off doing her own thing, so she left two teenage girls, 14 and 12, pretty much on their own all the time. And it's okay because we were never home. My sister was popular, so she was always out doing something. I wasn't. I had a few friends. I'd walk around the village, I'd do things, and then because of that chubby weight I used to have melted away. And I looked like a Barbie doll. Insert picture here. I started getting attention from boys. Now, when you were raised in an environment that I was raised in, and you're bipolar, you tend to do crazy things to feel loved and to feel wanted and to feel popular. Now, I wasn't having a lot of sex during my first phase before I got my serious boyfriend, which was my oldest daughter's father. I was a teenage mom. We'll get into that story time at another time. I did a lot of partying and oral things. I have to be careful what I say here on YouTube. But during those times, during the first time, I didn't really have much of a reputation among the girls that I knew of. Not a lot of girls knew I was doing this, so they just thought I was some weird, geeky girl. Not knowing that, hey, guess who your boyfriends were hanging out with? Or trying to hang out with. I was pretty good about if someone who was with someone I didn't. But if they were single, I did. Oh, if they were single, I did. I had one occasion where I had two friends. And we went in the woods. And they both got a little mouth to groin resuscitation. Do I condone this? Do I promote this? Just like last week. No, no, no. This is what I will say. Did any of that gain me popularity? Did any of that make me feel good? Hell to the no. Absolutely not. It made me feel that dopamine hit in the moment, but by the next day, that dopamine hit was gone, and I was feeling trashy and gross, and I hated it. And I hated the guys that I was doing this with. Some of them still hit me up to this day. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, I shouldn't say to this day. When I made it clear that I was with someone, they tend to back off and leave me alone. But whenever I'm single, I have the same 5 guys from my past. Some of them during my first slut phase, some of them during my second slut phase, and some of them during my third slut phase and final slut phase. They still hit me up to this day, hoping they're going to catch me during a manic moment. I don't think they know that I'm doing those in manic moments and I'm doing those to reach out. But, you know, guys like that, do you think they care? Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no, no, no. No. This is my message for the teenage girls out there. If you're bipolar, thankfully these day and ages, people are much more aware of their mental health, much more than I was. There's not the stigma that was around when I was going through my bipolar phase, during that phase of my life is what I meant to say. Because I'm always going to be bipolar. There's nothing I can do about that. But if you're a teenage girl who's not bipolar, you're not doing this because of any side effect of mental illness, and you're just doing this because you think this will get you popular, no, honey. No, it will not. Keep, in my opinion, your innocence as long as you possibly can. Because it just, when you start to feel like an adult, when you start to feel like a grown-up, you just lose all the magic. All the magic that was in your life of childhood is gone. And if you're someone who had a traumatic upbringing like I did and there really never was any magic, or very little of it, please seek help. Things are so much easier now for you guys than it was for me back in the day. And that's what I want to see more than anything. But anyway, that's part 1 of Once Upon a Time Not Long Ago, I Was a Garden Utensil. And I will get into parts 2 and 3 on another week. That's all for now. Bye.